Hi, all. Welcome to the 10-Minute Book Talk, where four best-selling authors spend 10 minutes sharing with you all things bookish. It's fast, it's sweet, it's fun, and today we're talking with Lauren Denton. And I have to tell you, Lauren, I fought them off to be able to introduce you. I have loved getting to know you over the years, and I absolutely love your work. So today, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to tell us a little bit about yourself and about the one you're with, your new release.
Okay, so I am Lauren Denton. I live in Birmingham, Alabama. I've lived in Alabama my whole life, so all of my books so far are set in Alabama, mostly in South Alabama near the water, which is where I always wish that I am. And I have two daughters, Kate and Selah. Kate just started middle school, so it's going okay. It's going better than I thought it would. And then my youngest daughter's in third grade. I feel like I've totally got her down pat. The sixth grader is teaching me all the new things. And let's see, the one you're with is my fifth novel. And it is the story of a marriage, really. It's the story of Mac and Edie, who live in Mobile. I set it down in my, Mobile is the town where I'm from in Alabama. And I decided to set this fifth novel right where I'm from. So they have a good marriage. He's a pediatrician. She is an interior designer. They have two kids. Everything is good and they're pretty happy until one day a young woman walks into Mac's office and kind of drops a bomb on him, and it causes, well, it really shakes the foundations of their marriage and everything that they've set up. And it kind of makes them go back and see what choices they made in the past that led them where they are. The story's told in 2 points of view: present day, where they're kind of walking through the fallout of this bomb, for lack of a better word, and 20 years ago when the seeds for this whole situation were set and took root. And we watch them muddle their way through this and figure out what they're gonna do about their future. That's the story in a really small nutshell.
It's great. You did it really well.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you, it's not always what the reader picks up, but there's something, at least I find in the stories I write, there's a kernel that really excites me. Yeah. Little insight into your writing process. What really excited you about this book?
I think it was two things. One, it was the setting. The setting is always, for all of my books so far, the setting has come first. With just where I want to set my head for the, I don't even know, year, however many months it takes me to write this story. And I felt like I had danced around Mobile, my hometown, in my previous four books, but I really wanted to set it in the community that I grew up in and the place that I was really familiar with. I changed some things, as you write about real places. If you don't get all the details exactly right, people will let you know. So I changed the name of some towns and street names and shops and things, but it's really where I grew up. So that was a big part of it. Yeah. And the other part was, one of my goals was to write a story with a really good husband, a really good man, because a lot of my books have had, there've been good men in the books, but the husbands, a lot of, especially like either the husbands who left or the women who left them. I don't really write books like that, but they've kind of been duds. And I really wanted to show a good man. I wanted to see him fighting for his family and trying to figure out how to hold things together in an honorable way. So that's what got my teeth in this story.
Good to hear.
I love that. I have a question.
Hey, Marie.
So, and maybe this is just because I'm seeking affirmation right now in my own life. So was there a point in the writing of this book where you just hit the wall and thought, it seemed like it was going to be brilliant, it's absolutely horrible, I should just hit delete and start over?
Oh my gosh, I can't even, like, the words you just said are the words I was saying all day for a long time with this book, for many reasons, one of which was COVID. I was writing a whole big chunk of this when we were starting to hear about this little thing that was happening in China or whatever. And then while my kids were home, like figuring out how to do homeschool at my kitchen table. But even before the COVID part hit, it was just a hard book to write. And for me, the middles are always really hard. I take off like a lightning bolt at the beginning. I'm so excited. And I know where the story's going to go. So I'm excited about the ending, but that middle is so hard. So yes. Yeah. I mean, I've heard somebody say it's like you're in the middle of a lake trying to get across, but you're not just in a boat, you're trying to build your boat as you're getting across the lake. And that's what it kind of feels like to me. So
I'm very big on my outlines of having a section where I just say, after a series of events, I have no idea. I know how to get to
I'll figure that out later.
and letter W, and I don't know what happens between. So
yes,
wonderful and exciting events.
Yeah,
we all feel that way.
Agree with that. So
yeah, I give you all the affirmation because I was there too.
Yes. So
I feel like
next question.
Oh yeah, I feel like it's so common that we all, I think, get to that point in a book where we're like, this is rubbish. What am I even doing? What am I even doing? This is never going to go somewhere. And usually it goes somewhere great, but
somewhere, yeah,
it's the middle part that's tough.
Right.
So Lauren, I love your books. I would read your books if I didn't know you and what a lovely person you were.
So sweet.
I walk away from every one of your books feeling like this is a world I want to inhabit. I wish that the world were actually the kind, sweet, beautiful worlds that Lauren writes. So I love, and I just started this one and it's so fun. It's so fun to be back in your world again. I always like to ask authors, what do you want a reader to walk away with when they finish this story?
I think a lot of this book is about the choices that you make over the course of your life, or maybe one big choice that alters where your future goes. And I think as I was writing this story, it made me think about people I know in my own life and just how certain pivotal choices sent you down a path that bring you where you're going. And that can set off a whole new, like, if I was supposed to marry this man, I would have married him even if I hadn't switched jobs or whatever. But it boils down to the choices that we make and how they affect the rest of our life. And I think it just makes people kind of take a harder look at the path that their life has taken. And I don't know, it's interesting to think if I had made one little choice differently at any point, what would be different? If any, would everything be different? Would nothing be different? Yeah, it just makes you kind of look at your life in a not harder way, in a closer way, I guess.
Oh, I love that. So good.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for joining with us. For those of you who are watching, if you want to comment below, we will give away the one you're with to one winner. So just answer the question. Do you think some secrets should be left buried? I'm not sure. You said a bomb, so I'm not sure what that is.
That's a good question. Yeah.
And then we will give that away to one winner. So join us next week as we talk about our top book recommendations. And thank you for sitting with us.
Thank you.
Thank
This is
you,
fun.
Lauren.
Thanks, y'all. Bye.